Bob Smith's departure in '92 from here left an opening, and so I was on a trip to Croatia. We were doing volunteer surgery in the Yugoslavian war, and I approached the president of the AAFPRS and said, hey, I'd like to start a fellowship. We got a faculty slot. What do you say we do that? And he said, sounds like a good idea to me, but you have to talk to the chairman of the fellowship committee. So when we got back from Croatia, I called up a guy named Dave Schuler, who was chairman of Ohio State and was chairman of the fellowship committee, and I said, I'd like to start a fellowship. And a little like my going to medical school kind of half-baked thinking, he said, great idea, it's May, when do you want to start? I said, I'd like to start in July. And he said, well, that's about a year ahead of time, isn't it? I said, yeah, but I got a slot right now. And he said, okay, you got it, but you have to match with people who didn't match in the general fellowship match. So I got the list of people that didn't match, called up one of them who was in Vancouver, BC, and I said, hey, want to be a fellow? It starts in 6 weeks. And he said, you're on. So we picked that fellow right then and there, and 2 weeks later we picked the fellow for the next year, Dave Handler, who then stayed on with us. So we've had a fellow every year since then, and of those fellows, now what, 23 or so, 15 of them are in academic practice. So the message that Dr. Paparella gave you and I, that you and I took seriously, about being involved in academics, I took seriously. And so we have people two at Johns Hopkins, one at Harvard, one at Cleveland Clinic, one at UT Southwestern, one at Michigan, 2, now 3 here, UVA, Eastern Virginia Medical. So we've got people everywhere, and 5 of them now have their own fellowship programs. So just like Dr. Paparella wanted to perpetuate academic training with a Minnesota stamp, so have we.